If you are wanting to know how to maintain an Epson EcoTank sublimation printer, then stay tuned, you won't want to miss this video. Hey, what is going on? The printer guy here, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you about how to maintain an Epson EcoTank printer that is used for sublimation printing. That means you have sublimation ink installed, or you're planning on using an Epson EcoTank printer for sublimation printing, then you won't want to miss this video. Now, if this video ends up being helpful, please make sure to like the video. Any questions at all, comment below. And if you want more content like this, please make sure to subscribe. All right, so the first thing you want to make sure that you're doing with an Epson EcoTank printer is you need to make sure you are using a high quality sublimation ink. You want to make sure you're buying from a reputable seller because that high quality ink is going to help you get higher quality prints, but also is going to help the machine actually receive the ink better because sublimation ink is thicker than regular ink. And the higher the quality, the better it's going to be able to flow through your ink system. Now, here at Best Printers, we do have our branded sublimation ink. This is a very high quality product that we stand behind. There will be a link for this ink down in the description below. Now, the next two tips I'm about to share with you really depend on your usage. So if you're using your printer frequently, there's going to be one set of instructions or tips, and that's really going to be tip number 3. If you print infrequently, then it's going to be tip number 2, which is the one I'm about to talk about. So if you are printing infrequently, then you need to somehow figure out a way to automate or put it in your schedule to print a little bit more frequently. You don't want to go more than 3 or 4 days of not printing with your sublimation ink printer, because if you do, the ink lines and the nozzles tend to get dried up, and that causes a lot of issues for your maintenance and the print quality in general. Really, your printer can actually totally be unusable if you allow for the printer to sit too long. It's just like with a vehicle. You don't want to leave a vehicle abandoned and undriven. It's the same way with these Epson EcoTank printers, and really could be said of many other printers as well, is that you want to keep that usage frequent. Now, there's a lot more frequency that is needed there because of the nature of this printer. So have a maintenance page with all the different colors from black all the way to pink, all the colors of the rainbow. Try to find something that is a test page that you can print frequently, and maybe even automate it where you don't even have to be close to the printer, or maybe you can send an email directly to the printer and there's email to print, and there's other methods like that that you can use to print remotely and get it on a schedule, so that way you make sure that it actually is happening. Now, it's not the end of the world if you don't do this, but you will have to do some other things in place of this if you don't choose to do the maintenance printing. All right, so the next tip applies if you are printing very frequently. That means you are printing all the time, basically every day, multiple prints on a daily basis. Then you really want to monitor your maintenance box. The maintenance box is basically works like a filter. It takes all of the old and gunked up ink that your printer doesn't use, or sometimes when you do a power cleaning, which is maintenance cycle that you can do within the settings. We'll talk about that later on in this video. But all of that excess ink goes to that maintenance box, and if it's not changed frequently, or if you're not monitoring it, it really can get backed up, and sometimes your printer won't even indicate that it is backed up or getting backed up, and that can cause print head issues as well. So check your maintenance box. Fairly easy to check on most models. It's at the back left corner. You can slide back a compartment. Sometimes there's a screw there. With the newer Epson EcoTank printers, it doesn't have that screw, which is really nice. You can just pop out the maintenance box. Sometimes there's another screw holding in the maintenance box. You can take that out. I'm going to be leaving a link down in the description below for several different maintenance boxes that you could use. Depending on the Epson EcoTank printer model that you have, you may need some different maintenance boxes. Primarily, the most popular one is the T04D1. That's the one you see here on the screen. But of course, you can always go to your settings, go to maintenance, and there is a section there where you can check the capacity of your maintenance box. But really what I'm saying is go a step further and check it manually to make sure that it's not getting backed up. Generally, if you're doing very high frequency, I would consider changing the maintenance box every 3 to 6 months. You don't really want to go past that point. If you're doing low frequency or mid-range frequency, you may have up to a year or maybe more, or could be less in some instances. It just depends on how the maintenance runs within the printer, because it's not just about the printing frequency, it's also the maintenance. But if you print frequently, there will be more maintenance cycles that the printer runs automatically. All right, lastly is to run a print head cleaning. If you notice that there is lower quality in your prints, you can run a print head cleaning, and you can also run a power cleaning, which is one step above the print head cleaning. Basically, what the print head cleaning and power cleaning do is ink is moved through the system and pushed through the print head, so that way it's almost a natural way for the printer to clean the print head. That would really help with the quality of the prints. Now, there is a manual cleaning you can do. I'm not going to cover that here in this video. On my channel, I have tons of videos showing you how to do different manual cleanings on different Epson EcoTank printers. But this is really more preventative maintenance more than anything, and trying to avoid having to do any major cleanings or repairs. Another thing you want to make sure to do with your ink is you want to make sure that you are at the top line. That means that your ink compartments, which you can see on the Epson EcoTank printers, is totally full. If not, you want to top those off very frequently, because you want to make sure that you have plenty of ink going into the system. If you are getting down low to about the mid-range or lower than that, even on any of the colors, it could cause damage to the entire print head. So let's say you primarily think you're printing black, but your magenta is all the way low. Well, that is going to cause a stress on the system that is unnecessary, and this would really allow for there to be a good ink flow into the print head. All right, so those are all the tips that I have for you in regards to doing maintenance on your Epson EcoTank printer. Beyond this, there's not much else you could do, although there could be some extra little things that you do as far as your usage with the printer. But as long as you do these things, your Epson EcoTank printer will last a very long time. Now, if for some reason you're having a major issue and you're not able to print any color, even after doing some of this maintenance, or at this point as you're watching the video, again, as I said, on my channel I have so many videos showing you how to do a manual cleaning, and that would really just help resolve a major issue, which would be maybe you're printing blank pages, not able to print a certain color, or printing choppy or faded. The manual cleaning instructions that I have on my channel will really help you with resolving that problem. But hopefully you're not there, and to avoid getting to that point where you have those issues that I've mentioned, you really want to do this maintenance so that your ink is flowing and so that your printer is well maintained. This will also in the long run give you high quality prints. Sometimes we don't realize that the quality is diminishing, and it's really because of that maintenance. And you may do a sublimation project and you would have wished that it came out a little bit better, brighter colors or better quality. This will really ensure that you have high quality sublimation projects. All right, I really hope this video was helpful. Remember the product links down in the description below for the sublimation ink and the maintenance boxes for the various Epson EcoTank printers. If this video was helpful, please make sure to like. Any questions at all, comment below. And if you want more content like this, please make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and until next time. Thank you so much for watching until the end of this video. I handpicked 2 videos that are here on the screen for you to watch next. Also consider subscribing to this channel. There's so much helpful content for you if you're a printer owner, and it's just good to have a resource like this for you in the future, whether you're dealing with a printer that's not printing well or you need more printer recommendations. So I look forward to seeing you again in another video.